we're back again for another C4 Talks. Today, we're going to talk about Complexity versus Optic. Now, they had a scrim the night before of this recording. By the time this goes out, it'll be 2 days, but I'm going to talk about it regardless. They put up an absolute fight against Optic. Although Optic beat them 12-2 in the 14-game scrim, Complexity really took them by storm. Honestly, gave them, made them sweat. I mean, gave them a really hard time and gave them a run for their money. And let's just break it down for a second here. You had Fortress CTF. Optic won by 1 cap, 3-2. You had Live Fire King. They took it 4-2. And then in Recharge Ball, Complexity really took them to the game's length there. And, they won a round, and then they really found a lot of different ways to come back in the third round. Obviously Optic took that game, but dude, Complexity was doing work, son. And King Nick, he's a beast online. This dude was not dying. He was putting out extreme amounts of damage, winning just about every gunfight you saw him in. And I really think this team is going to be a hard team to beat this year. If they can translate this to land, dude, we're going to see them probably upset a lot of top teams. Like, we still possibly got Genji and Omit that are going to be still in the league trying to foster a team. They're going to be hard to beat, and I think like teams like TSM, Cloud9, Space Station, and FaZe are going to get a run for their money when it comes to Complexity. Now, looking further at the game types here, you had Forbidden, where Optic beat them 3-2. They beat them 3-2 on Aqua Bomb, 4-2 on Recharge King, and then Complexity beat them on Live Fire Strongholds, 250-239. Honestly, I was watching most of this scrim the last night, and it was just crazy how competitive Complexity is versus the number 1 seed being Optic. And if they can do this against Optic, what are they going to do against Shopify and some of the other teams? Are they going to be able to upset some of these teams going into Salt Lake? The question is, though, I know we're probably going to see Complexity online. Will we see any of the other top teams playing in these online opens? So I would love to see that. For sure, and see what kind of fight they can put up, trying to secure themselves some points and a seeding. And then looking further down, you got Origin. Optic beat them 3-1, a little bit more convincingly than the other games. You had obviously Streets, Oddball, 200, so probably 2-0 rounds versus Optic, and then Optic handled them pretty nicely on Fortress Bomb 3-1, and then obviously Recharge as well, 250-80. So it seems like Optic stepping their game up when it comes to Recharge Strongholds. They kind of struggle a little bit against teams like Shopify, but Complexity are looking pretty good early on. Now they have King Nick Cherished, they have Ryan Noob, and they have Mental. Very very good player, Mental. This is a solid squad, honestly. Obviously, Complexity pretty much dropped their last roster completely. They got rid of Huss, Precision, and Spartan. I'm not sure. I can't remember the fourth. It was on the. It might have been Breaking Shot or something. No, who was it? I can't remember. I'm so bad sometimes with these rosters, to be honest. But watching the scrim was just it was a good time. I was watching Shaway's commentary over there. You're doing some breakdowns and stuff, and it was awesome. It was a good time. But yeah, I mean, Complexity beat them in Solitude King 3-1 very convincingly, especially in that third hill. Optic didn't really have a foot in that hill at all from when I watched. They also were dominating them in Aqua CTF by a couple of caps at one point, but Optic brought it back in the last minute, got a cap to tie it up, and then forced an overtime, and then eventually won it very quickly in overtime. And then you had Oddball Live Fire, which was the last game type they played last night, where it looks like Optic beat them 2-1 in Oddball. Shopify's just looking damn good right now, and I couldn't be any more excited for this team. Now, they did get out damaged by 10,000 points and out killed by about 70 kills and out assisted by about 70 assists or so. No, sorry, 50 assists or so, roughly. And they just they need to maybe find their teamwork a little bit. I think what really kept them in the game was just they really did live when they needed to live, and they got the trades they needed to get. And doing those two things really allowed for their team to be able to push back up and continue contesting the objectives. And so, yeah, I mean, dude, this team is just absolutely amazing. I don't know much more I can really say other than that they look damn good right now, and I'm excited. I really like it when other teams can step up to the plate and really make these top teams struggle against them. And so Optic definitely struggled a little bit yesterday in the scrim in certain situations. Obviously, they won a majority of the games, but dude, complexity, dude, just fuck, they were on fire. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What you thought if you watched the scrim. Are you excited for complexity? Are you a complexity fan? Those are the things I need to know. You know, I like to talk about this stuff, you know, in the community, and just read everybody's comments, whether it be on Twitter or on Reddit or in Discord. So appreciate y'all stopping by the video. Make sure you give it a like, subscribe, and let me know if there's any other topics you'd like me to cover in the future. C4 out. Peace.